We from that cassette era, you know what I'm saying? That purple tape era, that Nas Illmatic era, that Dr. Dre, Chronic, Snoop Dogg era, you know what I mean? We bouncing all over the place with this right here. We taking it from the south, from the west to the east, to the north, Midwest. We taking this globally, man. Like, you gotta see that. Like, we going all over the place with this, man. Europe, shout out to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New Zealand, Australia. Yo, we going everywhere with this. This is that real. You looking for that real hip hop? You need that real hip hop in your life? You need the International Reem Supreme Show. Appreciate that. I feel like Mayweather coming down the aisle right now, making himself, you know, making my way down to the ring. I'm real excited, you know what I mean? I know I'm the pound for pound best in this motherfucker. You know, I've been around the block a couple of times, man, in this podcast game. And look, all I ever wanted to do is just be real about it and keep it official. And I think that's why people rock with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the relationships that other people have. I'm a fan. I am a fan. I am a fucking hip hop fanatic. And every time I throw a Hail Mary and somebody catch it, it's a blessing. So thank you, Tristate. Thank you for your time, brother. This is a Hail Mary pass for me, man. I always start the show when we have a guest by, you know, explaining how I got to. You know what I mean? I'm an 80s baby. I'm born in 79. I came up, you know, my pops was a DJ. I've been around hip hop from the beginning, man, and I know a dope verse when I hear them, man. Like Jay-Z said, it only takes one verse to fuck up the game, man. I know talent. I've been around it. You know, shout out to Shy. Me and Shy was supposed to be the next Crisscross. I swear to God, we were supposed to be the next Crisscross, yo. We had dance routines, all of that. We had studio time, all of that. Official, being like, we are hip hop kids for real. And you know, I remember this is back in the moment in hip hop, just a few short years ago, 2009, 2010. This is the hip hop is dead era. You know what I mean? It's dead because it ain't just pouring out from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? BET is dead. All these other outlets is dead, right? So hip hop is going to be dead. Well, with me, I ain't never have to go a day without real dope hip hop. I've always been pretty well rounded. Especially after moving to Houston and meeting some of the people I would meet there, I would learn quick that I had missed a whole boat from the Midwest and shit like that. But I've always stayed connected to the West Coast because I came up on Far Side. You know what I mean? I had the tape, then I had the CD. You know what I mean? You know, at this time, you know, I'm really fond in other things. I always knew I was always smart enough to follow the DJs, follow the producers, right? So I'm following people like Jay Dilla. You know, Jay Dilla's leading me.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
Madlib is leading me to people all through the West Coast because of not only who he's collabing with to produce for, but you know, just everybody who be on there. Like what Madlib was doing in that moment in time for me as a fan was, yo, he was taking the most obscure sounds and then finding some of the best fucking MCs just to rhyme over them, and it was crazy. So I'm gonna say this is probably about 2012. I stumbled on the Fish Meat with Prodigy and Tristate.
Passport, poetry, fiery diary, words of wizardry, polygamy, garden variety, match the ministry, mock the mackin', pure swackin'. You can blame it on a Nautica fashion, go against this, animalistic, twisted, from studying Dr. York to fucking a mistress, keep your distance.
Man, I'm like, yo, hold up. Yo, this is ill. Yo, where's this dude from? Tri-State. Hold up. Connecticut, Jersey, New York. Oh, no doubt. Yo, son, he from New York, son. Because, you know, we claim everybody as quick as we can, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Right? Like, yo, son, he from New York, son. That nigga dope. You riding with the God Prodigy. Shit is crazy. And then I find out he's not. He's from the West Coast. And I'm like, damn.
Ice water veins, California strain, I'm from LA, land of the horrifying gangs, I am legend, a killer with the b-ball brethren, fuck a drive-by, I pull up and shoot in your section, where the D at? Your favorite MC?
Alright, I'm not petty,
that was a moment.
I'm not petty. But what happened between the whole East Coast, West Coast thing for me, one, it showed a lot of fucking lyricism from the West Coast. And it put me on alert for a lot of the brothers out there that was rhyming. And I never lost that, because then what ended up happening for me was I wanted to see a balance of the two, right? Especially during this time between 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. East Coast rap was a little weak, B. I ain't gonna hold nobody. I can back the shit up.
They was influenced by the South at that time. Yeah. There was like a lot of Southern bounce going on over there.
Major. Because by then they was like, yo, if we can't beat them, might as well join them. Everybody else is linking up. Now we got to show this love, which I can appreciate, but these are facts, right? That's what we're doing.
That's factual.
Facts.
Right? So boom, Do-Rag Dynasty. I'm on that. I'm hearing features with Apollo Brown. I'm hearing features with Ginsu Dean. Staying in the loop and everything. But then I'm finding things on YouTube with Planet Asia. Shout out to the God. I'm stumbling onto things that y'all are doing together. I get 3-dimensional prescriptions. Blows my mind. By then I know about Ono as a rapper, also as a producer. But I thought this was a really great situation, because in this moment in time in hip hop, what I started to see a lot was one MC, one producer projects. And those projects were performing better and sounding better than a lot of the other projects that was coming out that had multiple producers on. I ain't gonna say no names, but it took me back to the one-on-ones of a Guru and a Premier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That 1-2 contact, you got that brand, you got that sound from them. You knew a Gangstar record, you know what I mean? You knew when Redman and Eric Sherman got together, you was going to get a Redman album, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I appreciated that, man. And, finally, let me just shut the fuck up for a minute so I could build with the God Tristate.
Yo, straight up.
First off, man, where did y'all get the concept to do the Got to Get the Draws record?
Yo, so GTD was like that came from me and my crazy obsession with Martin. You know what I mean? Of course, we all from that era, so we all watched every fucking episode of Martin, right?
Right.
So I think my addiction to that show, and then when I heard the music, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, here's my opportunity to actually use one of my favorite episodes from that show. You know what I mean? It just came to me. I was chilling, and then I sent the joint after I recorded it, because I actually recorded that when I first moved to Hawaii. O sent me the beat, and I just started penning it. And then I was like, yo, I had a different chorus on it. I wrote a chorus for it, and I kept listening to it, and I said, yo, I need a vocalist on this joint. So I shot it to my sister over in Ciamara in the Bay, and I told her to sprinkle it for me. And once she got a hold of it, I was like, this is it. This is GTD. You know what I mean? So it just came organic. Just
variety,
it's really
of all kind of mommies. Want the magic stick from me? That good game is epic. The source to the plug, get connected. Your baby mama told you I'm electric.
I wanna ride with you, get it in all night long, 'cause I can't go without. Darling, I'm wide open. Let's get it in all night long, 'cause I can't go without.
based off of that show, man. That episode was hilarious.
Yo, I remember that episode like it was yesterday. That's what made it so funny to me, man. I was in the car, I was bumping it. You know what? When I listen to a new project, obviously because we're in the millennials now, we don't have the disc, right? So I just throw it in and I bump to it. So I don't know if there's a feature coming on or anything like that. But a lot of people kind of missed that track that you had on there with West Side Gun. You know, and you've done some work with Griselda. So my question to you is, you know, when you see the up and comers, because you know you've been in your spot in the game is dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
Up and comers coming up, man. How do you how do you try to help, or how do you get down with them?
I guess in order to understand where we are today and how I see that, we have to go back. You know what I mean? Like this hip hop thing, I was doing it way long before the Do-Rag Dynasty album. You know what I mean? I did it before I linked up, before Planet Asia and I came with the Gold Chain Music and Gold Chain Military as a company and as an album. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't really know our history like that. Only the real heads that's close to the game understand. But we've been rubbing shoulders with the cats who carrying the torch right now for a long time. The Hus Kingpins, and you know what I mean? That's the winners for those who don't know, you know, Griselda, like you said. We was some of the first cats to bring Westside Gun to LA. You know, we just happened to have stumbled upon his music through one of the brothers that we used to share knowledge with, this brother named A.A. Rashid. You know, A.A. Rashid from New York. And he would come to LA and, you know, do lectures, and, you know, just came to find out he was a fan of our music. We built with the God, learned a lot, shared a lot, you know, and in exchange, when he would go to New York, he would just come back with new music. He actually ran into Gun on a train somewhere, I think, and Gun gave him a bunch of CDs. He brought them back to LA, and, you know, one time Planet Asia had a rental car, and he came and scooped me, and he was just playing the music. So we was, you know, blazing one, chilling, driving in the car, you know, talking shit, and we just both stopped like, yo, what the fuck? What is this shit? You turn the music up, you know what I mean? And it was Gun. It was the Hitler, the first Hitler.
Yeah.
Woo! Hitler wears Hermes. So
Yes.
it was just a mixtape. It was like an EP basically. He was rhyming over other beats, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yo, we heard that shit. We went crazy. Like, yo, this nigga's crazy. Sound like a futuristic Milk D or something. You know what I mean? It was mixed with AZ. It was just crazy. We was like, yo, this shit's nuts. So we started sharing it with everybody, from Alchemist to Hus, everybody in our circle at the time, or whoever we fucked with in LA. Yo, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. We just started playing his music. And then before you know it, Hus Kingpin reached out to him on social media, I think Twitter, and they linked up, exchanged information, and then he invited him to LA. So the brother flew out to LA, you know, crashed at Hus crib, moved around, you know, came to our lab, and we just started building, just dropping joints, doing shit. He introduced us to Conway and the rest of the unit, and that's how I really got out. So, you know, it's amazing, man, when you got a certain type of energy and you move in this game a certain way, the dope shit gonna come to you. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about the up and coming cats like Rome Streets, for example. I know y'all fuck with Rome.
Shout out to him, man. I dig the
Shout out to Rome Streets. I just did a joint with Rome Street and Hus Kingpin for my upcoming joint project. I'm gonna drop that real soon. The album called Audio Flambe. But yeah, we'll get into all that. But yeah, so for the most part, you know, cats like that, man, it's a lot of brothers out here, Rec Ali, a lot of up and coming dudes that, you know, I show love and respect to because they got the same energy, man, you know, alike, so.
Absolutely. You know, a couple of months ago, we had the chance to interview Supreme Cerebral, so shout out to him.
That's my brother, man. Shout out to Preem.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He got his new project out. I'm a huge fan of him as well, man. The last time I got a chance to come out, well, not the last chance, but my real first chance to come out to LA was this time 18, 19? Yeah, this time last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
and I hit him up. We was trying to link and just didn't get a chance, but he, blessed us with his time with on the pod. So shout out to him. I know y'all done some joints together because I got them on our playlist. And again, as a fan, yo, this is so ill to be like, yo, I'm actually building with the guard right now and getting this inside track. Yo, you got to put us on a little bit more about your album, though. We got to get to that.
Bro, we definitely
got to get to that. Illustrious Tablets did bless us. You know what I mean? You blessed us with a quick 7.
Gospel's gaining credence. Take the street corner profit approach. Worth millions, make a killing off this murder I wrote. Big dinner dish piece hanging off for the Figaro. This is 24 karat shit I preach for the niggeros. Sundown ticking like the hands on the clock. And my palms got an itch for that change in the pot. Drink this Kool-Aid, divinity's yours in less than 2 days. But I know speaking in tongues will get you paid. Catch the Holy Ghost.
And we appreciated that, obviously, as a fan. I don't think that Dirty Diggs gets enough credit. I don't know if they're getting enough. I don't know if enough of us is talking about them. So that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to bring them up as a collective. So shout out to them. I think that the work that they're doing.
Dirty Diggs.
Yo, let me just say something about those. Let me say something about those dudes. At the end of the day, I love those dudes because they genuine dudes who love the culture. And what I'm saying is I watch them come around. So I don't know if you know our history. Planet Asia and I, we put out a record in 2010 called Chain of Command. Mm-hmm. It was our group album, Gold Chain Military album. We met Dirty Diggs, which is Noy and JR, 2 Filipino brothers. We met them through one of our crew members, Killer Cali, back then, like maybe 2008, 2007, somewhere around there. Anyway, they used to come around every time we go to the lab. Everywhere we went, they was just there. They didn't play no beats. You know what I mean? They just was soaking up game, yo. And I'm watching them get where they are now. The shit is mind blowing. It's amazing, bro. And that just goes to show you like what hard work and you know what I mean.
Just staying on the grind and staying true to it.
Just staying to the grit. Those dudes stayed amongst us. You know what I mean? And they every now and then they pop beats up. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, they rubbing shoulders with everybody we fuck with. So it's like once they came around and they started meeting people and pulling out, folders and files and they got some shit. You know what I mean? It only made sense for us to be like, yo, these are our brothers. This is our in-house production. You know what I mean? And the sound was perfect. It suited what we was doing. You know what I mean? Perfectly. So shout out JR and Noy, man, Dirty Diggs. I only see big things happening for those dudes, man, from fashion to everything, music, art. Those dudes are truly artists, man, and connoisseurs of the culture. So shout out to them brothers, man.
Peace.
That's what's up. Absolutely. So, yo, even on that note, when it comes to doing music today, one thing that me and Shah is learning a lot from the interviews that we do is that it's not like back in the days going to a studio, having that connection like that. How is it now to build relationships with producers, in order to build really the right project that you want to put out?
I think it's a little bit easier for the simple fact that we do have social media and it's easier to get to artists. So what you start seeing now is producers who probably from across the country or even on the other side of the globe, reaching out to their favorite MCs and linking up. You know what I mean? Look at Big Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you start finding cats from all over the place, and now it's easier to get in contact with them and build something, get something popping. So I think the era we live in, man, that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could, at any given moment, somebody could reach out to me or I could reach out to them and we could be working. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Okay. So that's from the networking aspect, but do you still miss the feel of actually like going in, hearing the beat process, you know, going through that process, or is it more just like, you know, like on demand? Like we really control everything else that we want. So, you know, maybe with technology and that flexibility brought some convenience.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you always gonna miss the organic aspect. You know what I mean? Like that's, nothing can beat that. The whole Durag Dynasty album was created that way. We went to Alchemist spot, sat with him as he created every single beat on the spot right in front of us, and we wrote every single lyric as he was creating the beat.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? On the spot. So yeah, that, I mean, to me, and that, in my opinion, is by far my favorite project that I ever been a part of, and one of the greatest albums as a hip hop fan and listener. When I listen to that album, I put that shit up against anybody, straight up. Durag Dynasty 360 Waves up against anybody shit. That shit is.
Bark leave you bitten, snooping in the garden of the hidden false prophets. Plagiarize lines of my written divine design. Draped in the flyers vines, you niggas are blind. Can't see me with the rhymes.
It's tough.
Phenomenal.
It's tough to beat. And I'm not saying that because you hear. I'm saying that because real talk, it's tough to beat. Because you have an Alchemist produced project with Lyrical Swordsman on that. From my point of view, has never taken the back seat. So this is really my question, man. And I appreciate however you answer this question. You've worked with some of the most dope producers, been on some tracks with some of the best MCs. And now I'm keeping this in mind that sometimes you could pen a verse and not even know how the producer's gonna use it or where it's gonna end up, right? Who had you under the most pressure as far as you knew this MC was gonna be on the record and you was not gonna get washed this day?
Yeah. Questions like that that's so difficult, yo.
That shit's deep.
That's a great ass question. You know what's, that shit is crazy because I'm in a group with Planet Asia and Killer Ben, and at the end of the day, it's like that's the ultimate pressure in the world of me. Because I don't know too many snipers that shoot like Planet Asia. No. So, and I've been in the room with Kweli to, you know what I mean, Crooked Eye to, bruh. I don't know. I felt the most pressure at home. You know what I mean? In the lab with Killer Ben and Planet Asia.
That's real. That's ironing sharpening iron. Like that's wild, man. And I can really appreciate that for real. And even with that, like I know when PA put out a joint, I know that you're gonna be on there, so I always look forward to those. And you know, the wild thing about it, and you know, I ain't trying to throw no shade to nobody, I ain't trying to talk slick, I ain't trying to be funny, but I did a review on Jay Electronica and Jay-Z's album. And, you know, to be honest with you, man, I went real hard, pause on it, because it had been a whole decade.
You wasn't feeling it.
It wasn't that. All right, real quick, I'm gonna nutshell this. It's not that I wasn't feeling it. It's what you said and what I got. What you said was you was working 40 days, 40 nights on the new album. Well, I got 3 joints that sound like they should have came out in 2005 together. The sounds, the yays in the background, all that shit was a series to me. So out of the 10 songs or whatever I got, 3 of them already done.
Right.
Alchemist produced the best joint on there.
That's crazy.
You know, we got a song with 1 verse on there that should have been at least 2 verses if you
want. Man, that joint was, that was flag.
But don't get me wrong, it's like what you got was good, but it's like, bro, for this to be the first project after all this time,
I need that.
And as a fan, I wanted more. So here was my thing though. The social media streets, as I like to call them, was buzzing about how, this is what the hip hop needed, and this is what hip hop needed to have. And I'm like, wait a minute, where y'all been though? Like where y'all been? Like It's always been here. Like, come on, don't let me start naming names. So Tristate, you go in that conversation. Again, Reem go in that conversation. Of course, PA go in that conversation. All the fucking Wu-Tang go in that conversation. So to me, it was like, yo, where is this whole, this is what the game needed when the game already had it. You know what I mean? So for everybody else, it was like, look, man, that's what makes me, a little different as a fan, bro. I'm not hopping
on. Yo, listen, shout out to Vic Spencer.
Word. I'm not hopping on everything I think
my
is hot.
brother, Vic.
Really got to bubble up to earn it for me, bro. So, I didn't like that moment of, it was like, now the gods is here because Jay-Z, said a couple of conscious verses. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You gotta understand, it's like anything else. I don't know if y'all watch sports, but it's like it's politics involved in everything. Every day, everywhere, every environment. So same for the culture, like they have front runners and they have certain people that they want to shine light on or shed light on. And a lot of time, and that's why we have this underground, you know what I mean? Which it's an art form, you know what I mean? It's all art. We doing the same shit Jay-Z doing and Jay-Elect doing. We all paint. We just paint. Everybody paint different, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like in basketball. You will see like an AD had 43 the other day, and LeBron had like 38. But they interviewed LeBron after the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't interview AD, and LeBron is like the breadwinner for that culture, for that whole NBA thing. You know what I'm saying? So they always gonna push him to the forefront. So anytime somebody like a Jay-Z or Jay-Elect or Nas or, you know what I mean? And we get into that. I know y'all listening to Nas' new shit and all that. I wanted to pick y'all brain and see how y'all felt about that project. But that's what set apart the greats to me, is like if you can still create that organic fly shit that you started out doing from jump, like when I look back at my crew or cats that I run with, we haven't really deviated from the nucleus of what the shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like we seriously believe in this shit. Like we really live this. Like you hear niggas say they live this shit. Nah, we really live like this. You know what I'm saying? Like what you hear in the rhymes, that shit is real. We really do open portals. We really on some knowledge shit. You know what I'm saying? We really eat what we say we eat. We live and smoke and fuck bitches like how we say. Like all that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the stuff you hear in the rhymes. We really travel the globe like that. Like I'm not a major artist like them dudes, but I've been everywhere in the world behind this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So
it shot videos there too.
Facts, G. Facts. That's why it's like, what you see in the forefront doesn't necessarily mean it's what is. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Because man, when I remember one time we was in Colombia, and one of the promoters, we was listening to like Fat Joe or something. Somebody just came out, and one of the promoters was like, "Damn, y'all listening to that?" Like, of course, this shit is fire. You know what I mean? Like, man, he was like, "Yo, has Fat Joe ever come out here?" They was like, "No." But he was like, "Wow." So you mean to tell me all these artists that's, on major labels and doing all this shit, that is some artists that never even been to y'all country and y'all brought us out here first? You know what I mean? Shit is mind blowing, G. So that's how you know you are connected to the whole root still. You know what I mean? Niggas is still reaching out for you and still checking for what we create. So that's what it's all about, y'all.
That's real. As far as that Nas go, look, man, I don't know what people expect from Nas. I don't think that, look, you can hang me out to dry after this. Nas is not a gangster rapper. Nas was never a gangster rapper. Nas is a rapper. Nas is an artist. Nas is an artist from the hood. Nas is a nigga who gonna get it how he live. He ain't gonna be no sucker about it. But at the end of the day, he want to see us get out of the struggle. Nas is one mic. Nas is Black Girl Lost. Nas is
Rewind.
Gave you power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gave you power. And
I know I can. That's Nas.
And got yourself a gun and rewind and all that shit too.
Right.
I mean, it's Nas is many things.
Right, but this is the same artist that put out that put out a whole nigga album. You know what I'm saying? Nas has taken his risk as an artist to earn my respect. He has done it by the textbook of what the culture stands for, bro, which is to have a message, to have a reason, give you something to think about. Nas is building with you on every album about something, damn near every song about something. You know what I mean? So for us to get the project that we got, and then on top of this, like you said, we got to see this for what it is. This is still a business. You know what I mean? I don't think that he is running from DJ Premier. I think the reason why he did the album with Hit Boys, because this nigga need a hit, boy. He still got to sell his record. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, yo, hip hop heads, we're going to love it. We're going to support it. But is he going to chart because of us?
Right.
No, never.
He still got to sell it to whoever he got to give it to distribute the record.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's still a business. It's still me. Bonjour. When I was out in Paris, that's all I listened to, bro. Like, it was my first time being way the fuck over there. And I was just, that and another joint from that same album I was rocking a lot while I was out there, just for the whole, just for the whole feel. It was crazy. But anyway, that's my take on it, man. And before I even get into a debate with people about the album, the first thing I really want to know is, what did y'all expect? He's been there 50 years old. What do you want? You want him to still talk about being Esco?
No, Esco is no
longer.
No, bingo.
Yeah.
Didn't Esco turn Sosa by now and retire? You know what I'm saying? Can we stop telling them stories now?
Years ago.
Right.
So that's how I feel, man. And that's one thing that I could feel from artists, man. And that's why I respect certain movements and how they happen, because I can feel the hunger. I can feel the organic from it. You know what I mean? There's a huge difference between a Sci-Hi the Prince album to me and say Lil Jon record or something like that. There's times I want to look, man. I'm a hip hop head for real. There's times I want to pop bottles to a joint. There's times where I want to see a girl twerk to a joint. Okay, I know she ain't going to twerk to Talib Kweli. You know what I'm saying? I know. I need to have something playing for her. You know,
Qua got joints, bitches get twerk to too. You know what I mean? Don't get it confused. He made music for the chicks too. At the end of the day, real artists probably can do all of that shit. Like there was a point in time. Look, when I first got into the business of it, like I got my first record deal, I was faced with it. I was in a situation where it was like, yo, do I make pop shit or do I keep doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Those are moments in probably all of our careers, in lives in this industry, where you reach that, you like, damn, okay, what do I do? Do I want to be torn 20? Because this was 20 years ago. Let's be real. I've been in this shit that long, G. Like, I might not be known like that, but we've been in this shit that long. Asia been in this shit damn near 30 years. Traveling the world. He was signing Interscope. You know what I mean? I met him in Killer Ben through Killer Ben was signed to Dr. Dre. He was on the Aftermath Presents album. You know what I'm saying? So we've been doing this shit for a long time. We all have probably reached that moment in time where it was like, okay, do I stay true to the art form and bang out some lyrical shit, or because I made radio songs. I got songs with Neo before niggas knew who Neo was. I got songs with Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that is like, you know, I took the route I took because it felt right, innately felt right to me. You know what I mean? And to my soul. So that's why I make the music I make. You know what I mean? And Nas makes the shit he make because it feels good and right to him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, as an artist, I know you got to sleep at night with what you put out there.
Facts. And my kids gotta look at me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna be no fraud nigga that, you know, like faking to be living one way and I'm not really living like that. So at the end of the day, it's like I really have people. I represent people, not just Tristate. Tristate represents a whole village. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So let me spin it. Let me spin you this way. We working on our Ghost Talk series. Again, man, we splitting it down to the hairs. We gotta get Google involved with doing it. But at the end of the day, man, like when it comes down to these three qualifiers, right? Lyrical content, cultural impact, and longevity in the game. From the era of 95 to 2002, who would you say would even fit in that category to be your top 5 to go after this trophy of being a GOAT in that era?
95. Nas.
All right.
Jay. They do fall in that era, right?
Yeah.
Jay definitely comes out in 95. Matter of fact, that's when he dropped Reasonable Doubt. But by 95, Nas is already winning with Illmatic by this time, so he's still in this conversation in that gap.
Yeah, of course. That's a tough one, G.
Yeah, buddy.
95. You said 95 to what?
To 2002.
Dude.
You got a good stretch in there.
Yeah. It's just what comes to mind. It's hard because we discussed this before. Once you say 90, I go straight to 90s. Like I'm talking about a little before that, like the beginning of 90. You know, like 90, 92, 93. You know, like when Mob dropped it. You know, Souls of Mischief. And, you know, shit like that. But I know that's before 95. Q-Tip and all of them, that's before 95. Great question, brother. That's a good one. How many people you stump with this era right here?
Man, listen.
Well, that would be my question.
Actually, you're the start. Like we're starting with you, so the pressure is on. For this moment, we be like, "Yo, we'll try and stay said."
Yo, I give you. I'm one from this era. I'm gonna give you one.
Who?
Andre 3000.
Nah, you can't say Andre without saying Outkast at that time. So you gotta say Outkast.
Okay, I can say it both. I can say both. I'm just saying though.
Nah, but in this situation, we can't split them like that, right?
Nah,
so it would have to be
because he wasn't solo yet.
Right.
No, he was at the brim. Yeah. He was at the brim of being. So he was almost.
Yeah, he started doing features. Was he doing features by 95?
He wasn't even doing features that early yet.
Okay, so we're saying 2002. Remember.
Oh yeah, that's facts. Yeah, he was doing features by
Remember,
then.
hold on.
He was doing features by then.
Yes, he was. Therefore, I'm just saying I give Outkast as a group because it was all like a Gemini.
What about Redman?
Ooh.
Redman is 92.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
I think
earlier.
by
He's
then
earlier.
Redman's a force.
See,
But
that's the thing.
He had the lyrical content. Did he have the cultural impact?
No.
But
Now he might have.
how many people can we
like,
say?
nigga, I'm here.
How many
back to
people?
the culture?
Listen, let me
How
tell you
many
something. All hip hop heads with Redman would either go with the first album they're gonna go to is Muddy Waters.
Right, but
Not gonna go to what the album, because at that point in time he didn't have cultural impact. You see? So therefore, to me, what the album was better than Muddy Waters, just because we're in the time era when it came out and what was relevant at that time to what we was going through. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it might be in retrospect, it might be something that, and that's why we're doing this series, because it might reflect you at a different time in your life and it reflected me at a different time in my life. But as a whole and collective, was really relevant.
Yeah, because Muddy Waters came out in 95 or 90, somewhere around there, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and Redman was definitely, again, between this time frame of 95 to 2002, Red was, he was a force by then, like for real. He had already blessed won all them other features.
I'm gonna throw a curve at y'all though. I'm gonna say Ice Cube.
I'll take that.
All right, we'll take that.
Because he had a major impact. Actually, he moved from the West Coast to the East Coast and was fucking with Hank Shockley, and you know what I mean. During that time, that was like right around that time. You know what I mean? Probably 94, 95 though. But yeah.
And once that certificate dropped, man, he had everybody slinging bean pies.
What year did Death Certificate drop?
That certificate came out 94, 95.
Yeah, 94. What about Black Thought?
Oh yeah.
He wasn't a soloist though.
He wasn't. He would have to be.
He would have to be the Roots.
He wasn't a soloist by 2002.
Nope.
Yeah. What do you mean? He was doing
no, he wasn't.
No.
What are you talking about? Thought was doing solo features. He. What do you mean? He wasn't on Big Pun album by himself. Not with.
Okay. Solo features. So.
Yeah,
So what you saying is, if we let Andre 3000 live, we gotta let Black Thought live.
I'm saying, if they was doing solo features, you a solo artist.
All right, say
Now we're
it's
breaking
hard
it
to argue
down.
with a solo artist.
Man, I get it.
All right, so that's what it is then. So we got Nas, Jay, Ice Cube, Andre, and Black Thought.
That's what we got.
That ain't bad. I mean, I put them up against a lot of people.
Yo, so listen, man. Again, I'm gonna hold you to this list, and I'm gonna check back with you. Like we gonna swing this back around because I want you to know.
I mean, there's so many artists. I mean, it's Busta Rhymes is out there too. You know what I mean? So we don't want to.
Cause the Coming came out around that time too.
Facts.
That was his first one. So listen, I wanna keep you in the loop. You know, whether I hit you on IG or whatever, I want to keep you in the loop as the series runs through, because we may even swing back around and want you to kind of combat some of the things that we may be hearing out here in these streets.
Okay, better.
That's a fact.
And I'm sure as it grows, you guys will get you'll get a little couple more cats that's a little more prepared that can boom boom boom. They already
No prepare. I'm bringing it. I'm splashing it on everybody's straight Old Spice. Last minute.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hit you with
Yes,
the
sir.
brew.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I love
Yo, Shy,
it.
you got anything
Yo.
else lined up?
Yo, listen, I just wanna say thank you, man. I appreciate you for your time. As we continue and roll on through the beginning of this series, it's very influential and we appreciate you. We talked about Nas, Jay, Ice Cube, Black Thought, Andre 3000, and different influentials. And rest in peace. I want to just give a shout out to Big L
Word.
during that time era.
Word. Ooh.
You know,
Yeah, had L lived, G. Ooh. Yeah, but I don't think he had enough time to really be influential culturally. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
Right.
hard because we're talking about them right now, and anybody that knows. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's an
you
impact.
know.
Yeah,
And word, like Shy said, that's the cultural impact right there.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, but let's do it like this. If we was still in that era, we didn't see it yet. You know what I mean? I'm talking about cats who you felt the impact right away. You know what I'm saying? You kind of felt Cube. You felt his impact right away.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? Nas, Jay. You know what I'm saying? That era's hard because Biggie was around, and Biggie was probably more influential than. You probably got to put Biggie in the top 5
Oh,
for that time frame.
He is definitely in the top 5. But this is
Right.
we just teetering around.
Because
Wait,
Jay,
Tristate. We just teetering around. We already have our top 5. You feel me? We already have our top 5.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean? We retching around.
Okay. Because Pac is in that era too. It's a lot of artists that's majorly influential. Obviously, Pac probably more influential than all of those dudes. And
Right.
and check this out. I wasn't even a big Pac fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was really a West Coast dude that was crazy about Biggie. You know what I mean? But as I grew older, I started looking at Pac differently. You know what I mean? And analyzing his art differently. And dude had a powerful pen. You know what I mean? So he definitely, and his aura touched a lot of people. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And that's why it's hard to try to take something away from him, even as a rapper, because I remember being in Roosevelt Field Shopping Mall at the Wall. The store, the record store was the Wall. That was a time where you could listen to the record before you even buy it.
On the spot.
Listen, that was downstairs on the right hand side.
Yeah. Yo.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Right past Macy's on the right hand side.
Right past Macy's, yeah. So I've always thought, like, all right, everybody always asks me what I think about Pac versus Big. And I always said that Pac was the poetic and Big was the rapper. But that's because I understand where the term rapping even comes from, or the term rap even comes from. In the early 70s, you know, a brother would walk up to a sister and be like, yo, come here, let me rap to you. If you was rapping, you was good at talking. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
You was talking. So at the end of the day, I could use Biggie lyrics today to influence my son on how to go scoop a chick from the bar at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't really do that. I could do that with one Pac song. There's one Pac song, Thank You to Everything, R.I.P., that I lived out. Get Around. Word up. From you know, baby, why you beeping? Why you calling? You don't know me. You just met me. You won't let me.
But
If you can't have it, Tupac song. Why you sweating me? Why the real G's doing time before behind the girls sold the cookies for a lot? You know what I mean? So there's only so many rappers who you could really take their lyrics and just chop them up and use them as conversation.
Yeah, that's a collaboration feature. That joint get around. You know what I mean?
That was.
You know, but yeah, that was a powerful joint.
Yeah, absolutely. Like right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shot had them problems. Shout out to Motorola.
So check out the Tales. Check out the
Long Island in New York.
Check out the Tales episode for that version. That's different. That's a whole different episode. We ain't even on that. I don't know why he going back to that.
Any other questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up?
We good. We had a good session, man.
Yo,
thank you for your time.
I got a lot of music coming, man. I hope y'all brothers stay tuned.
Oh yeah, listen.
I hope y'all definitely connected. The new shit. I'm feeling like I'm in a special place when I write now. So the music is really special for me, and the music that I'm picking is special too. I met a brother. Speaking of that whole, just to backtrack real quick, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. We got as much time as you want to give us, bro. The worst thing that we'll have to do is tap back in the Zoom. We use the free shit, so we probably have to tap back in. We got 3 minutes?
No. It's only 3 of us. We got however long we want.
Oh, all right, shit. Let me pour up. Hold on.
Yeah. It's usually like 4 or 5 of us. When it's 4 or 5 of us, we gotta cut it down. But it's 3. It's going. It's recording. And
Yo, Shai, would you say a finger?
A gentleman. Yes, sir.
Yo, you real quick. That's the time, right? Real quick.
One finger.
I came back from Florida from hanging out with Shai. Stayed about 3 weeks with Shai.
Yeah.
So I came back on some fly shit. Shai would be like, "Yo, bring me a drink, just a finger." You know what I mean? So I bring him back a finger. I came home, told wifey. She was like, "Yo, you want? Yeah, bring me some Hennessy, a finger." Yo, she brought me back a cup like this. I'm like, "Yo, what you doing?"
Yo, she was like this.
A finger. I was thinking.
Nah, baby, just give me that much. That's all I need.
Man, listen, you want to talk about the new project? We are all ears, brother. Please, put us on.
Yeah, I mean, the new project. I met a brother that was living in Hawaii. He actually reached out to me on Instagram. He go by the Crate Chef, and this dude was living in. I live in Oahu, on the island of Oahu, so not too far from Waikiki, Honolulu. And he reached out to me. He saw me posting pictures and was like, "Yo, damn, you in Hawaii?" He's like, "Yo, I live in Hawaii, man." He was like, "How long you out here for?" And I hit him back. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of time to reach back, but I saw the message and I was like, "Oh shit, okay." He was like, "Yo, I'm friends with, a couple people that I knew." So I was like, "Okay, let me hit him and see. Maybe he's from, I thought he was from my area." So I hit him like, "Yo, I live out here, G." He was like, "For real?" He's like, "Yo, we should link. I make beats." But on his page, he's an executive chef. He was working at a 5-star hotel in Waikiki. He's an executive chef. Dude is ridiculous in the kitchen. So he invited me to his restaurant, to the hotel, fed me crazy. I ate like, "Yo, this shit is nuts, yo. I love to eat." I'm like, "Yo, this shit's crazy." So he's like, "Yo, wait till you hear the beats." So I'm thinking, damn, I hope this beats is nice, because dude is cool. You know what I mean?
I'm like, disappointed. Yeah, disappointed. Like, nah. Yo, listen, wait. Yo, listen, Tristate, let me tell you something real quick. Yo, it was once upon a time with my homeboy. He heard my homeboy's beats, and he wasn't feeling them. My homeboy said, "Yo, man, those are my babies. Those are my babies, bro. How you gonna do that to my babies?"
Yeah, you gotta be honest. Like, that's the thing. I know how I am. So I'm like, ooh, I don't want to hurt his feelings, yo. But Yo, he played me some shit, and I was like, yo, some shit. I was like, yo, we about to fucking work, G. We about to work. Yo. And then come to find out he's real close with Static Selector. So at the time he was like, just so happens that when I linked up with him, he was like, yo, Static Selector's coming out here in a couple months. I'm doing an event with him. And he was like, you know Static? I'm like, of course I know Static. You know what I mean? So Static came out. By that time, we already had started building the project. It was a couple months in. We already had, 6, 7 joints. You know what I mean? And we working at a slow pace. So, long story short, the Cray Chef and Tristate album coming. That's Audio Flambe. That's what that's
audio flambe.
Yeah,
Yo,
Audio
that's
Flambe.
It's fine.
So yeah, that shit is nuts. I got Wrong Streets, Field of Agony, Planet Asia, and Hyro. That's it. Casual. That's it. Oh, and Big Twins. I got a joint with Big Twins. That's my favorite joint on the album. That shit is crazy.
Man, it's good to see them still, in the game, still recording. I grew up on them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sha, tell you, man. Like, when Infamous Mind was popping off, man. Listen, let me take this one step further. I didn't know if I wanted to be down with Rockefeller or if I wanted to have the dragon tattoo on my hand. Like, for real, that's how big of a fan that you was, and you really couldn't be in the middle. It's either you liked one or you liked the other, but
No middle.
you know what I mean?
Wow, I'm glad I was able to like them both. And you know what's ill about the Infamous Mob? Shout out to all of them dudes, Ty Nitty, Godfather Part 3, and Big Twins. As people, man, those dudes are some of the best dudes, most genuine dudes ever. Like the culture, you meet a lot of funny style shit, you know what I mean? Moving through this culture, but those dudes, man, they really, it ain't no bullshit with them. You know what I mean? Like, and Big Twins is one of the most genuine. That's my brother to the death. So, you know what I mean? I can reach out to him anytime, and he's down. He's ready to roll, and that's what it's all about. So, having him on a project is just an honor for me. I love doing music with him because he's fun to be around. He's a funny nigga, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all ever linked up with him and had him on the show. He's a great dude to have.
But I would love to pick his brain, man. If there's a way that you could plug us in, that would be dope,
easy.
Man. Like I know all these joints from back in the days. I stay up with them as far as whatever they do with Alchemist that gets put out. And the other thing that we got to keep in mind as fans and as critics as well is by the time we get it, you know what I mean? That verse could have been, we don't know how old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Noah and the whole Band of the Heart. You know what I mean? That's our brothers right there.
Word up.
They repackaged a 10, 12-year-old album. Like straight up, repackaged it, put a different name on it. It was like, yo, it's still dope. So we gonna push it. And it was hot. It's still hot. Yeah. So, it's one thing that I always believe in is good music is timeless. I feel like we could repackage a Big Daddy Kane verse right now and it'll kill anything that's out. You know what I mean? And by the time, again,
sure. That's one of my favorite MCs ever.
Big Daddy Kane?
Absolutely.
Man. Yo, I because you didn't have to tell us about the project, so I feel like we got the exclusive. So I'm gonna give you one. Big Daddy Kane got voted out of the series.
Yeah. He got voted out of what?
Big Daddy Kane didn't make it out the first round of the series.
He didn't make it.
That's weird. That's weird because Big Daddy Jay-Z is Big Daddy Kane. I be telling people like this. When you from my era, you would understand it.
I see
Jay is
it.
king. Jay is king. Nas is who?
Rakim.
Rakim.
Okay.
So that's how I see them. I see them as continuations of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first Jay-Z for me, King.
I feel you on that. I can feel you on that 100. But I'm gonna tell you.
And Jay and Kane was fucking Madonna. Like, come on, he's
I'm gonna tell you what it came down to. It came down to timing, because when he came out, it came down to timing, and it came down. All I'm gonna say is this, because I'm gonna want you to watch it. All I'm gonna say is he ain't make it. It is legit.
Down to timing. Okay.
Nah, but for real, man. I hope that we earned the respect.
It's serious.
I hope that we've earned the right to even be on your Rolodex. So when your new project drops, man, let us know. Or as soon as we hear about it, I'll be hitting you up to even get a chance to talk to you more about the project, man.
I got you.
The thing that people can really appreciate about us is that we take time to live with it, man. We from the 90s, man. We had to wait a whole month for a whole nother Source magazine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers had time to live with a project. Everybody want to call shit a classic. Like, it's not a fucking classic because it sounds good today.
Yeah.
Right.
In the ass Tristate, I'm gonna tell you real talk, bro. Take a sip.
Salute.
Jay-Z Kingdom Come bit me in the ass. You know why? Because Jay was coming out of retirement. He had dropped the Spider-Man joint with Just Blaze. That shit was crazy. And then he put out Show Me What You Got. That shit was crazy. Niggas was fiending for a motherfucking Jay-Z record. The shit dropped. I'll never forget it, man. Me and Joey, me and Joe was happy as fuck for like a week and a half. Once we came off that high, we was like,
what the hell?
Nah, this ain't even what we thought it was. You know what I mean?
What the hell?
Way before everybody started throwing the word classic around. It takes time for something to be a classic, bro. And most importantly, I'm such a fiend for this hip hop shit. I don't know about y'all, but there's certain songs that I can just think of and get goosebumps from, because I remember everything, the moment, all of that. Yo, do you know I still get angry just knowing how I was the last nigga on the block to know Protect Your Neck. I go in the basement party, all the niggas from the projects knew the lyrics already. I was mad to the motherfucker.
Yeah. Guess what though? See, my sister, she used to fuck with this dude named Derek, and he was from Brooklyn. He had the, you know what I'm saying? We used to go, and that's all we used to ride. So I knew Protect Your Neck before Protect Your Neck was Protect Your Neck. We rocked that joint back and forth every time we was to go get him in the house, everything. So I had already knew the lyrics, everything. I was already prepared. He was like, he probably like 15 years old. I'm talking about this is the dude that iron the creases in the jeans. You feel me? Carl Kanai. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all woo babies, huh?
No.
You before that.
No.
I mean, I would have to go back to like for me, like really like Nice and Smooth, Grand Poobah. That's I'm a baby of that.
Yeah. The Audio 2, MC Light,
Straight up.
Granddaddy IU.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lord Finesse.
Stars, cause they the obvious.
Mike Geronimo.
Yeah.
Word, shout out to Mike Geronimo.
Mike Geronimo was so nasty. Hell yeah, Mike Geronimo was super nasty.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So,
Royal Flush was nasty.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm from that too. EP15.
Yeah. Bismarck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still remember being in the back seat of my cousin's Lincoln Continental in the late 80s, listening to BDP. Not KRS-One, but BDP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then being
speaking of that, Biz,
anything KRS-One.
Master Ace joint, Me and the Biz, that's one of the first instrumentals I ever recorded lyrics to.
Word.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Sheep. Shout out to Diggable Planets, man.
Black
Straight
Sheep.
up.
Oh.
Straight up.
Shout out to Diggable Planets. Man. I started rocking they second album, Blowout Cone, over the last couple of days. I caught the what's that show that they be doing? Unsung. But you know, I'm a fan anyway. But it just reminded me to go listen to it again, and I appreciated that.
We just out there throwing, we just out there throwing people around. Show us some village. All of that.
Shit, hold up. I'm in Houston. How can I not give props to Scarface, man, and the Ghetto Boys, man?
Oh, yeah.
Especially Scarface.
Yo.
Man. Shout out.
Yeah.
See how deep the conversation goes, though?
We could do that all night, yo.
All night. Word up.
All night.
Word.
All night.
So, you know, again, man, it was ingrained in me as a kid when I had a curfew and an FM radio, you know what I mean? And I used to go to sleep to that motherfucking radio on the low, that, you know, this art form was going to be something that was going to change my life. And now, you know, I'm able to do this to get back to, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about the game. And that's what I love about the culture. And at the end of the day, I appreciate how much it's grown since then. You know what I mean? And I'm even getting to a point now where it's like, you know, look, like my man said, hip hop is the only culture that doesn't really evolve, right? We want to keep it in this one box. But unfortunately, we got other groups that come through, like, you know, these mumble rappers come through. Let them have their own brand. You know, this trap sound come through. Let them have their own spin-off. You know what I mean? When you look at rock has so many sub-genres of it. But we don't do that in hip hop. And I want to. You know what I'm saying? No, that's the thing about hip hop. You can't tell me what I can't fucking do, right? Because it's my style. It's how I get down, right? This is what makes me different. If he's rocking the navy blue one and he got the multicolor one, I got to come through with the red one because that's what makes me dope, right? So that's the way that I kind of see it right now as far as it goes. Because at the end of the day, man, let's keep it a buck. A lot of them trap beats are fly as fuck. We don't like the messenger. It's not the beat. We don't like the person that's delivering the message to us, bro. And
honestly, I like some of the messages. You know what it is? It's just we age. You know what I'm saying? And so
no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You know why I'm not doing that? Because Young Thug came out with that trash ass bullshit. He got with Swiss Beats on Poison. Come on, man. Yo, Trash, keep it real. How many times did you listen to that record like, yo, that was Young Thug? Hold on. That was Young Thug.
Yeah.
The mumble rapping Young Thug?
Yeah, so I mean, you can say that. It's a mixture of everything though, but when look at who he was around. You know what I mean? It's like you put him in that circle, you gotta perform a certain way when you're in that circle. Hey, it's like when I get in the lab with certain type of artists. They go, oh shit, I gotta rap with you niggas around. You know, it ain't no fun and games because they know you already know my pen doing backflips. So you gotta come in like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna get blown out the water on the joint and no one's gonna remember you. Right. You know what I mean? And no one wants to be that person. So trust me, man. A lot of them cats can really rap. They just know that that's bread and butter and they can make, you know what I'm saying? Make a living for themselves and Tekashi their way through life. So it happens.
Yeah, but see, another thing that gets the waters muddy, if I could say, is having someone else pinning your shit. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes out, like Travis Scott, you mean to tell me the shit that I even heard on Astro World wasn't even you? It was Sci-Hi the Prince? So you mean to tell me that Sci-Hi had to water himself, shower himself down to pin your shit? just for it to sound like that. Yo, listen, bro. I was a part of another podcast way then, and we had chosen to review the album, so I had to sit through the shit and to find out X amount of years later. Because again, it's not like back in the days where I got the CD cover and I'm actually reading the shit. I'm just hearing it, digesting it, and moving on now, right? So to find out that Sci-Hi was the pen behind that, now I see how you could afford the new Bentley truck without a fucking album. You don't need one when you pinning for Travis Scott, whose baby mama is a billionaire with a drove of followers. If that bitch says bend over, her whole fucking followers bend over. Yeah. So of course, if she's like, hey, make my husband's album #1, all the motherfuckers are streaming the shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, just seeing things for what they are.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yo, I appreciate you, gentlemen.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you as well. We're going to definitely keep you in tune with everything that's going on with the series moving forward. Check back with you after a couple artists and we get some more input, even from some producers. And in the meantime, try to say you got some time to think of some different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Indeed.
Yes, sir.
My mind was already racing after we went through it. I was like, oh shit, what about such and such? So yeah, indeed.
All right.
It's gonna be fun, man.
Hey, listen. Shout out your handles, man. Where we can find you.
Everything for me, easy, yo. I am Tristate. I am TRISTATE on everything, brother. That's how you can find me.
Sure.
And then I got my conglomerates, and you can just find me through them. I'm practically on everything Planet Asia do. The new album he got coming with DJ Scratch, I'm on that joint.
Yo, do you get a pair of sneakers, or you like us that got to try to catch a pair of them Air Max? Yo, it's not a game, bro. I'm Air Max life, man. So I'm saying.
I got a pair coming. My pair coming in the mail. I'm sorry, guys.
Nah, it's all good. Appreciate that. We just trying to get it, we just trying to get it where we fit in our little podcast.
I dig it. Yeah.
But yo, man, again, we appreciate
you. Fortunate.
Yo, make sure you plug us in when the albums get ready to drop, man. We'll love to help you with marketing and promote it while we promoting our thing. And yo, man, I'm jealous as fuck that you live in Hawaii. But Corona shit let up after the election, of course. We'll build on that.
Yep. Come see me when all this the pandemic is over.
Yeah. We coming.
You know what I mean? Come out.
Absolutely.
My
Peace.
G's. One love.